Hello again. Yeah, I guess I am a little bit inspired coming back from Paris to continue putting out more content on the Bottomless Pit, but indeed I have been quite a busy bee, and for all my friends who see me at work playing Final Fantasy XIV regularly throughout the lunchtimes and after work, they know that I've been plowing through this thing, and indeed I just finished Heavensward the other day. Well, finished. I got to the credits, and now there's the whole post-launch content, which is probably going to take me another 100 hours or so. My friends promised me that it's not going to be quite as long as A Realm Reborn's post-game content, but in many ways, I guess it really depends on me to see just how invested I am to just explore every nook and cranny and see what other classes I decide to check out. Regardless, I won't go into too minute detail into my experience of Final Fantasy XIV Heavensward, but I will give my overall impressions. So, A Realm Reborn, as I mentioned in a previous video, it's a massive pilgrimage. I finished it around like 212 hours or so, if I can recall correctly. In the end, I gave it a score of 7.5 out of 10, which is quite favorable, and I do think it earns it, but my god, it had to work overtime to really climb up this really steep hill to get to that 7.5 out of 10. But now that I've gotten to Heavensward territory, there's no dilly-dallying, no time wasted whatsoever. The political and narrative matters are super pressing right from the start. The quality is super high from the start, and it doesn't let go for a single moment. And I gotta say, in terms of cinematic quality and the new location that's presented to the players is supremely gorgeous. So strong impressions from the start. The narrative moments are intense, epic, there's war brewing, the events that are happening are quite dire, so Heavensward wastes no time whatsoever, and I really did love the whole narrative progression. There are many touching and intense moments, and typically in Final Fantasy XIV fashion, as I finish the end credits, there's still plenty that I'm hungry to see. The story clearly is not over. It feels like, once again, a lot has happened, and in some ways we have gotten closure in some aspect of the story, but there's still so much that is just looming in the distance. Who knows what's going to happen, but I'm very hungry to see. And that is always a question that some of my colleagues say, like, you've been playing this for nearly 300 hours now. Are you still hungry to play? The answer is most definitely yes. I can't wait to see what happens next. And before closing out this review, I gotta say, the new classes that have been introduced, the Dragoon looks so damn cool. I didn't really get to that part because I wasn't a super big fan of the Lancer class itself. But the Dark Knight class, however, oh damn, that was an instant hit, love at first sight. And in terms of the quests themselves, to put a pin on that for a brief moment, I continued playing as a paladin for the start, and the paladin questline is still not that great. Honestly, I found it to be pretty meandering. I'll still have to finish that final level 60 quest. I'm level 59 at the moment, but honestly, I wasn't all too impressed. It's fine at best, but the Dark Knight questline is fascinating from the get-go, and my friends have always been touting, saying that this is easily one of the best, if not the best, questlines in the game, and I gotta say, I totally agree thus far. I'll be curious to check out some of the other classes and jobs as well to just, get a good idea of what kind of stories are being told there, because some of them are rather interesting. But yeah, the Dark Knight storyline is fantastic, and the class itself is super fun to play. I really do love this kind of devil-may-care attitude that it has. You do a lot of damage for tank, and you do take more damage, generally speaking. This isn't quite the bulwark that you are as a paladin, but I thought it was so much fun playing it as well. And you look super goddamn cool doing it as well. So yeah, loving that. So to wrap up my impressions of Heavensward, super strong. This is not a massive pilgrimage, like I said, of A Realm Reborn. The interesting bits happen right away, and the quality is quite high from the start, and it doesn't let go at all. It pretty much keeps that steady pace from beginning to end. Well, at least the end for now. This clearly is not the end. This feels like the beginning of a new chapter. But even so, I still feel like there is a lot of room for growth, so I'm going to give Heavensward a solid 8 out of 10. Highly recommend it, and I can't wait to see what comes next. So with all that being said, I got plenty of videos to edit right now. First, I got to finish up the top 40 albums of 2023, then Perfect Days, and now this one. Yeah, I guess I just don't like being bored. In any case, I'll be back once again for the Bottomless Pit, but don't hold your breath. I might take a little break again, and I got another big video coming up, which is of course going to be the top films of 2023. That's a project that I'm very keen to get around. It's probably going to be done sometime in March, maybe around or past the time of the Oscars. We'll see how that goes. In any case, I'll be back. Wishing you and your loved ones nothing but the best. Talk to you as soon as I can.